A good Saturday evening to you, Kentuckiana. The case of a man accused of killing his own mother back in 2018 is now in the hands of the Kentucky Attorney General's office. I'm Jim Stratman. Thanks for joining us. The family of 42-year-old Gavin Perkins raised steep safety concerns this week after receiving news that he could be released from a psychiatric facility this weekend. Connor Steffen joins us now with a look back at the cause and where it could be headed next. Connor?
Yeah, Jim. So Perkins was charged with murder and domestic violence in connection with his 69-year-old mother's death back in 2018. That is before a judge twice found Perkins incompetent to stand trial. Those charges were dismissed in 2021, and Perkins was ordered to a mental hospital. Now, there's still a lot of questions about what happens next for Perkins, who suffers from PTSD and delusional disorder. His family said Perkins may be released from Central State Hospital as early as today because his court order is expected to expire soon. The Jefferson County Commonwealth Attorney filed an emergency petition Thursday to extend his hospitalization, but it was denied. The Commonwealth's attorney, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear have all stated publicly Perkins should remain in state custody. His family believes Perkins not only poses a risk to them, but to the public.
If you're willing to take your loving mother's life, whose life would you not be willing to take?
The governor posted on social media that he and the Commonwealth's attorney agreed to refer the case to the Kentucky AG's office Friday night at the request of Perkins' family. In a separate tweet from AG Daniel Cameron, he said the office will use its prosecutorial authority to help keep communities safe. At this time, we don't know if Perkins has been released from the institution already or if Cameron's takeover changes that. We've reached out to Central State Hospital and the AG's office for an update. We'll bring that to you when we hear back from it. Jim.
Thank you very much, Connor. Well, last weekend, Louisville Metro Police reported an influx of emergency calls regarding reckless driving. Now a mother, still mourning the death of her son, says that dangerous driving is to blame. Last Saturday, 21-year-old Javen Russian was out on the road with his friends when a car he was in crashed on Lexington Road. An investigation found the 24-year-old driver, Daniel Bell, hit speeds of 100 miles an hour when he lost control, injuring 4 people and killing his best friend. He's now facing several charges.
It's something I wasn't prepared for at all. A mother should never have to bury their child. Someone's like telling you, please slow down, please slow down, slow down.
Tonight at 7, a memorial will be held in Javen's honor. It will be at Seneca Park basketball court, where his mother says he used to play pickup all the time. Now, should Kentuckians who have been wrongly convicted receive compensation from the state? That's what 3 exonerated people are urging Kentucky lawmakers to do. 38 states already have similar bills on the book. The 3 men who testified yesterday before an interim committee said that they have suffered pain and hardships while in prison and finding work after their release, even after they were exonerated.
We suffered a lot going through what we've been through, and I don't feel like we're really taking into accountability for what we've suffered.
This is not a bill that should have any opposition. And if you disagree with that, I ask you to go back to your districts and ask any member of your district if they were jailed for 1 day wrongfully, should they be compensated?
Under the bill, people who were exonerated and could show they were innocent would be eligible for damages from the state of $65,000 for every year that they were incarcerated. They would still be able to sue local or state police for civil rights violations. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is defending controversial Senate Bill 150. The ACLU is currently challenging that part of the bill that would ban gender-affirming care for minors and revoke the license of doctors who provide such care. In a statement, Cameron said the legislation protects children from the irreversible effects of unnecessary and experimental medical interventions. The ACLU has asked for an injunction to be put into place, blocking the law while the lawsuit plays out in court. Cameron's brief says that if the court grants the injunction, Kentucky's children will be, quote, irreversibly damaged. The case is pending in federal court. Today, the Future Healers celebrated their final meet of the session with the first responders. Future Healers is a program designed to connect Louisville's healthcare community with youth that have been impacted by gun violence in the city. Kids today were able to interact and be up close with medical helicopters and ambulances to learn more about first responders and their role.
And these kids from 4 to 13 years old, They need that experience. They hear about people getting rushed to a Trauma One center like this at U of L Health, and equally at the same time, what they're learning today is how the first responders take action in regards to somebody being rushed in connection with an emergency.
Future Healers started in October of 2020, and since then they have brought hundreds through the program and have even expanded down into Nashville. Hot rods and classic cars graced Huber's farm Saturday for the Cops for Kids Car and Motorcycle Show. Our Reed Yaten was out there this morning covering the show. The car show featured raffles, giveaways, food, and music, and it was all for a great cause.
The car show itself is our primary fundraiser for our Cops for Kids program. And the Cops for Kids program is really where the FOP partners with Department of Child Services caseworkers in New Albany, Indiana, as well as counselors in our school system to identify children and families in need. And again, sometimes money doesn't solve all of our problems, oftentimes, but sometimes families just need some short-term help. And that's why this program exists.
The program started as a Christmas program, but it has since expanded to provide funds to care all year round. Now today, the 8th annual Fanfare, which gives away fans to seniors and people living with disabilities during the summer months, happened. The annual event distributes hundreds of donated electric fans to local seniors and people with disabilities, helping to keep them cool in their homes, cool and comfortable during these hot summer months. People there say it makes a big difference, especially when those temperatures go up.
It's getting hotter, cooling your home is getting more expensive, and so a lot of people that are suffering from asthma and other conditions, they need a fan. Seniors are a vulnerable population, so having an ability to cool off your home and being able to, have a device at home to help you make that happen at a low cost is what we try to do.
All the fans distributed today were donated by local businesses and people throughout the community.